Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm referred to as the Big Game Hunter because I've been hunting down leaders and staff organizations for 40 plus years. Although I've done a video before, or I did a video before about phone interviewing, I want to cover a couple of additional points. And, I'll simply say that you already know that you need to be at a quiet place for the conversation. But there's some fun things that you can do that will help you really excel at a phone interview. When the interviewer calls, you thank them for making the call, and then you say, I've looked at the job description, but, could I get an idea of what it is that you're looking for from me? What's the role that I'm interviewing for? So this way you make sure you're on the same page as the interviewer. Often from the time that the position description has been created until the time that you actually interview, it's evolved a bit. And although the job may read one way on paper, in actuality, they're screening for something a little bit different. So always take the time to ask them what it is they're looking for. Another subtlety is, ask them, how long do you expect we'll be speaking? And you can simply say, I just want to make sure that I have that amount of time in my schedule. If when they're scheduling the interview, they say, can we speak at 1 o'clock? Terrific. How much time should I set aside in my calendar? Just get an idea of the amount of time that you'll be talking with them. Listen to their question. I can't tell you the number of times where people start to get off on these long tirades. And I have to call them a tirade because after a while, they have no idea what they're talking about. They have no recollection of the question is. And I've gone so far as to ask them, do you remember my original question? So try to stay on point by answering the question in 45 seconds or less. If you have to go to a minute, so be it. But try to keep your answers to about 45 seconds in length. And listen to what they're asking you. Along the way, you may want to sound like you're thinking about your answer, like you're being a little reflective. It's acting that you're doing. They can't see that you have notes out in front of you, that you're jotting down some things. Another thing I'll mention to you is, see these? Headphones, right? If you have access to headphones, use them. I find that being hands-free when I do my radio show and when I do my calls all day long is extremely helpful. It just allows me to use my hands. I'm not going to develop a crink in my neck that's going to wind up hurting during the course of my conversations. Use headphones if you can. And finally, at the end of this, you might ask them, so what's going to happen next? When do you expect I'd hear back about next steps in the process? That gives you a sense of timeline. And then, again, nothing I'm talking about is to be done in a way that sounds like you're anxious or nervous. Everything is, again, about the acting of the part. So you might just simply say, so thanks for calling. When do you think I might be hearing back about next steps in the process? Well, I have a number of people to speak with. Of course you have a number of people to speak with. But I'm just trying to get a feel for the timeline that you folks have. Well, I expect we'll be back to you in a week to 10 days. Or, I expect I'll call you tomorrow about scheduling an in-person interview. Or, whatever it is. Just get a sense of timeline. And then conclude by saying, I just want you to know, I happen to be particularly interested in this role. I do look forward to hearing from you about next steps, and I'd love to continue further. Firms find it much more appealing when they're being pursued. One of the things that hiring managers in particular hate is when they have to extend an offer that's going to get turned down. So you want to express interest because frequently, it's a differentiator when hiring managers are deciding which person to make the offer to. They've got two individuals. They like them a lot. They're both quite capable. The thing that puts it over the edge for you can be very simply that they think you're interested. So this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, share it, leave a comment, click the like button. Just do something that lets people know it was worthwhile. Come over to my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. I've got lots of great content there, including all my YouTube videos, which are hundreds of videos at this point, videos about job search, videos about hiring. You can receive a complimentary subscription to No BS Job Search Advice Easy and No BS Hiring Advice Easy, complimentary from me. The job search one is published weekly. The other one is every other week. In addition, you can listen to podcasts of Job Search Radio and No BS Job Search Advice Radio there. There's lots of good content to help you with job hunting, plus places to post your resume to or post your job descriptions to, information about my books and guides to job hunting, positions I'm recruiting for. Again, come over to thebiggamehunter.us and go exploring. Next, if your firm's trying to hire someone, send me an email at the address below. Let me know who to contact and whether I should mention your name. I'd love to help your firm staff positions. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, send me a connection request. My page is linkedin.com/in/the Big Game Hunter. You can use my email address. It's in the summary area of my profile to connect with me. And finally, if you have a question about job hunting, contact me through liveperson.com, where I'm a job search and career coaching expert. Be happy to answer your questions. This is Jeff Altman. Hope you have a great day. Take care.